Yo, this is Shaggy. Check out my new video right now. Yeah. DJ DUBL TV. You got that?
Shaggy, welcome to the country, sir.
Youngster every time. Big up the UK. Cut you, mate. Innit?
So listen, man. It's been 20 years this year since the release of your first single, Oh Carolina. How does it feel, man, to have such a long, blessed career?
20 years since the release of a commercial.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Because you remember now we have Big Up, that was before that.
Right, yeah, okay. Yeah.
And Mumpy.
Right, yeah.
All Virgin. So longer than that. But as far as internationally, yeah, it's 20 years.
So that was like the real breakthrough record for you.
That's when the world globally was introduced to Shaggy. Yeah.
You still enjoy it? You still love the work?
Yeah, man. This music is the underground music, it's the underdog music, I should say, which is reggae. So because it's a fighting music and you always got to fight for a position, it is always interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it still give me the urge.
Is there anything you don't like about the business, the work?
There's a lot of things that I don't like about it, but you know, that's also part of what makes me still do it. You know what I mean? You know, take for instance, reggae music is still a minority music despite it's the first and the last music, and many music have evolved from it. You know what I mean? But yet still, you listen to most major radio stations around the world, they only play reggae music on a Sunday night, probably way in the midnight hour. You know what I mean? So we as reggae artists putting out a reggae song, we'll have to do it 10 times better and work 10 times harder just to even have a fighting chance. You know what I mean? So you look about that, this goes back to the days of Bob Marley, when Bob Marley did reggae music in its authentic form, and Chris Blackwell had to bring session musicians to overdub it so that it could fit on mainstream radio, because there was no outlet or support on radio for reggae music. You know what I mean? So that within itself make it a very unique art form, right? And a very special art form, and an art form that's a fighting art form. You know what I mean? And I'm blessed to be a part of that because I'm unique in that sense. You know what I mean? But it's some real hard fucking work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you grew up, I mean, you obviously were born in Kingston, right? And then you grew up really, I mean, when did you move to Brooklyn? 18?
Yeah, probably about 18, so yeah.
So what made you decide to do reggae as opposed to be a rapper, do hip hop instead?
I moved to Flatbush, you know, and I was doing music in Jamaica. I was a lover of music in Jamaica prior to that. Yeah, man, my boy, I go skate land, go see Yellow Man live, man, and catch the bug, man, and after that it was a rap, you know what I mean? Seeing so reggae in my blood, you know what I mean? And then I go to Flatbush, which is a predominantly West Indian community anyway. Seeing so reggae is the chosen music within that community. So I was a local superstar. I really got into music because I found I had the knack to come up with rhymes out of my head and spit lyrics that were funny, and it got me chicks, you know. And I went into music because I got chicks, you know. I went in the club for free, I drank for free, and I left for the hottest girls. So as a young guy at 17, 16 at that time, doing dancehall music, or 18 at that time, I would say 18, 19 at that time, the only thing on your mind wasn't a career, it was pussy. You know, so that was my intention at that point, was just to get laid.
And it kind of worked, I guess.
But still working.
So how did you, I mean, you've got such a unique style and a unique voice. How did you find your voice?
You know what? I'm a man of many voices. You know what I mean? Sometimes you hear me do like a singing style. Sometimes I do that deep shaggy voice. Sometimes I do some high pitched voice. It's just different octaves. You know what I mean? But then I realized that shaggy voice is that signature sound. So when you hear Shaggy, there's only one person. You know what I mean? There's no mistake in that one.
Yes, you spent some time in the military, right? You were a Marine. What made you leave the Marines to actually pursue a career in music?
Well, no, I was doing music before I went in the Marines. It just wasn't paying my bills.
Right.
You know what I mean? So went in the military and realized that won't pay my bills either. Came back out and continued music. I was getting more success at music. So I just continued from that point.
More pussy from music as well, right?
More pussy from music, yeah.
So, what's been your career highlight so far? The most favorite thing that you've done?
The most favorite thing I've done.
Career highlight.
There's a couple of high points. I think the 30th anniversary with Michael Jackson and sitting down having a conversation and playing with him was playing on the stage with him was a highlight. James Brown, also another highlight. I mean, selling over 10 million records is a highlight too. You know what I mean? It's a lot of highlights. You know what I mean? It's been an enjoyable ride.
Did you ever feel along the way like, have you ever had to sacrifice any of your authenticity to kind of push to get the commercial success, or have you just kind of just gone with it and made a record and it happened to be a success?
We all sacrifice it, because when you look at radio stations, there's not much of outlet, like I say. So you have to alter the music to kind of make it fit on radio. It's been going back to the days of Bob Marley. Like I said, when Chris Blackwell come in with session music, yeah. So that still goes on, but you just kind of, I'm a guy that was like that anyway. I never just do music in an authentic stage, and I don't want to where everybody else do. Nobody's making one drop music right now, so I go and do a reggae album because I feel like it.
Let's talk about the album. I mean, it's wicked. It's a complete. It's what I call authentic reggae, all the way through from start to end. One thing that did sort of surprise me, I was kind of glad to be honest, but it surprised me that there wasn't that kind of the obvious commercial hit that would take it to all the top 40 stations and stuff. Is that something that you deliberately avoided for this album?
See, I disagree with you. I think there's a commercial hit on there.
The one with Neo?
No.
Go on, which one?
I think that's also a commercial hit. I also think that the Damian Marley could be a commercial hit, and I also think that the one with Melissa Music, scene, which is Slip and Slide, could be a commercial. Yeah, scene. All right, take for instance, would you have listened to Red Red Wine or I'll Always Love You by UB40 or No 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 as a commercial hit when you hear them first?
No, admittedly.
Those raw reggae tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they became commercial hits, right? So sometimes a commercial hits where you are looking at it is not really what it is. You dig? It's all about the choices of melodies and how beautifully produced it is and the vibe of the voices and all of that. Seeing? People think that you have to throw some R&B music and some things all of that. I brought Neo into my genre. But the more we keep doing it the other way, is the more our music will not move. Because it's a reggae beat. Because you wouldn't understand, I walked in and had different conversations with different guys from different majors. And all of these guys are like, well, Shaggy, we can make a record if you decide to make a pop record. But this album is too reggae. But we think the Neo track is a hit, but the rest of it is too Neo.
I definitely think they're all hits, don't get me wrong. What I was saying is I don't think there's that pop record's just not there, which I was, to be honest, I was glad to see it wasn't there, but that's what I was asking.
So I'm saying it depends on what you call pop. Because like I tell you, say, you hear a song like No, 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 Don Penn, which was a pop record. But in you hearing it from the first time, you probably wouldn't think it was a pop record. But then it became a pop record. You understand?
I'm getting schooled right here. I'm getting schooled. Working with Sly and Robbie, obviously, I mean, you guys go way, 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 way back. Yeah. With this album in particular, was there any creative differences? Did they give you a beat that you wanted to go one direction, but they were looking to take it the other one? Any creative differences at all?
No, I mean, the thing about Sly and Robbie, is like, if you come with something and them not feel it, we just move to the next thing. It's Sly Robbie, Sting International, and Lenky. There have been some creative differences. Boy, I ain't feeling this and this. Boy, I don't like that. But then we just move to another track.
Just the honesty's there, and you just slide straight on.
Move to another track. It's like if we can't agree upon it, because when it is right, we all agree. When you got that. Oh shit. I mean, so just keep going till we find out. Oh shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Who came up with the title of the album? Out of Many, One Music.
The cover of the album, which is a mock-up of the Jamaican crest, which is a reggae crest, and the title Out of Many One Music, which is from Jamaica's motto, Out of Many One People. Seeing that was all my idea. It's all about the marketing of the record at that point.
Was it hard to coordinate everyone together to get the songs finished, ready for a deadline for the album?
Not really, you know. Take a phone call and man, them just send them voice in. Who I think the only people that sent their voice in was really Gang, and it never take really long. Peter Morgan, he kind of did it like the next day, and the rest of them we kind of did in person. You know, Neo, which he was pretty quick. He was one of the first one that came on board.
In Jamaica,
he did it in he did it in I don't know, I think in LA. He voiced it and sent it to me. The longest one was Barris. Take 3 days. I had to sit on the studio for 3 days till he decided to do it. So,
was there anyone that didn't deliver on time and didn't make the final cut of the album?
Grams Morgan, he was supposed to be on the Peter Morgan trap. It was supposed to be a Morgan Heritage collab, and he didn't send his vocal in on time.
I would like to have heard that.
On time. Yeah. So yeah, me and him just talk over Twitter the other day about it. I say, yo, you post me. He said, no, DJ, what you talk about? Just one of them things there, you know.
If you could work with any one person, who would it be?
It would have nice to put Michael Jackson on Sling Thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Michael Jackson, I produce a record. Be Michael Jackson on the Sling Thing remix with Cartel and Agent Sasko. Mad.
Yeah, we can only dream. Obviously, yeah, so you mentioned the production as well. Frank Sinatra. On the same rhythm as Michael Jackson, Cartel and Agent Sasko?
You put Frank Sinatra on the Duale.
Correct.
Yeah.